The LGBTQ Learning Framework for Later Life was launched in February 2023 by Skills for Care. The framework was co-produced and developed to support the social care workforce. It provides a foundation to help them identify the research insights, knowledge, skills, and understanding to take forward the work needed in practice. Being able to work affirmatively, inclusively, and effectively with people with diverse sexual and gender identities is crucial for equality, diversity, and inclusion. You can find the framework on the Skills for Care website, which comes with a range of open learning resources. These audio, visual, and practice-based learning materials are designed to support the topics in the framework. In 2023, we embarked on a series of activities to encourage people involved in education, training, and the provision of services to people in later life to engage with the framework. We were inspired by those trainers and care providers actively involved in using it and carried out an initial evaluation. We interviewed 32 people across 18 organizations between May and December 2023. These included representatives from both large and single service providers, local authorities, and independent training providers. We asked 2 questions. How are you using the learning framework for LGBTQ+ aging and adult social care? And how has it influenced your work? What can we learn from this early experience to improve the framework? And what can help them better support LGBTQ+ adults using social care? So here are the brief summary of the findings through the words of our participants. It's taken quite a few years of conversations, going to things, people coming to things. I call it the heart, head and hems. Got to get people's hearts first, otherwise it doesn't resonate. And then you follow through with the understanding of the why and what, and then the call to action. The framework does this well. We commissioned an annual anonymous staff wellbeing survey, so straight away we added questions about LGBTQ+ staff experience in our organization. We've sent snippets about the framework out in our local reablement newsletter. We've posed some challenging questions, which makes it powerful in bringing it into real life for people. We've had some great discussions in our different teams, definitely curious ones, and some of our LGBTQ+ staff have felt more confident in talking about issues from their point of view. Our community team managers have been looking at how to include LGBTQ+ in our values-based recruitment. There are prompts in our recruitment paperwork to the framework resources, and we are raising staff awareness in all of our supervision. It's making me think as a trainer, what language do I use? What scenarios do I use? And really getting myself and my colleagues thinking about the way we're doing things, so it's just natural for us to bring that into discussions. We've reviewed our care planning process. Subject to on language, terminology and communication has helped us give more options for people to tell us about themselves. For example, we have included pansexual and asexual in our discussions around sexuality, and we have included trans or non-binary when asking about gender. One of our care home chefs, he was so happy to see something nationally written by Skills for Care. He felt that it was an endorsement of who he was. He organised a Pride barbecue for staff and residents and offered to talk with new staff in care homes about his own identity. We love the flexibility of the framework. You can drill down. There's something for everyone, and it's no more excuses in not working on this. My big takeaway is this isn't about doing something extra. The biggest impact of the framework for me was how to just integrate into everything we're doing. Once I got that message, it felt like a revelation. I like to call it usualizing. After all, this is the real essence of person-centered care. If we really are doing that properly, there's nothing exceptional. We have embedded 2 clauses into our contracts with 84 care homes in the city. Following a significant review and consultation of provision, Service providers are required to achieve an accredited award with the local LGBTQ plus third sector during their contract. This makes sense and is informed by CQC requirements, NICE guidance, and the Equality Act public sector duty. Providers are also required to utilize the Skills for Care Learning Framework to guide and direct how the workforce is developed to help them work affirmatively, inclusively, and effectively with residents from sexual and gender diversity, and we will now need to work on our quality indicators, the measures. As a large faith-based organisation, we are focusing on getting our senior leadership team on board to put the framework where it fits and making connections to their strategy. What is happening in the sector, join up the dots. It's about staff well-being, providing a quality service. We are asking ourselves, where does the framework fit and what does it evoke about direction of the organisation? We want to really spell out how it can help. We have made the framework accessible to all staff in adult social care in our local authority. It's on all of their desktops. We're now planning an interactive themed week to explore all of the topics. Staff can drop in, book up, and interact with a series of workshops and events to bring it life. It would be great to see our achievements recognised by the different bodies responsible for inspections and audits. We know that's not the main purpose, but everyone also needs that carrot to invest in and get rewards from positive practice, not least for our customers to be able to see a sign that they can feel confident in using our services. It would be a very positive thing to be able to tell a story in our organisation about what made a positive difference to the lives of the residents and staff. We need to find ways of doing that, as it feels quite a challenge to get feedback. That's about feeling safe and creating opportunities for dialogue. We would love to know how to do that better. I think it's fair to say that we are not theoretical learners. We are visual or experiential learners. We need the theory behind it, but more of these types of resources to communicate our message clearly, the better. I'm looking at all of our modules in social work education alongside our decolonisation work, where we can ensure that the LGBTQ plus Tier 2 learning outcomes are embedded in the curriculum, learning activities, and student and tutors' interactions and assessment. The framework is great for that. We have the opportunity to hear people's stories, and what we need now is to hear their positive stories, that we have made a difference to their lives. So more positive stories in the framework, please. As an older person who was involved in the development of the framework, I want to see it kept alive, renewed, reviewed, not become another document that after time is left on the shelf once the initial excitement is over. We hope the framework will be a live resource. Some of the links have already disappeared. This is a constantly changing area, so it needs to be kept current and up to date. So, what have we learned? While it is early days, the examples demonstrate many positive signs of engagement and conscious activity by care organizations and trainers. A key message has been how to use the relevant topics in the framework to review and inform existing practice and training and what is already there, to ensure it reflects the needs of LGBTQ plus people in later life. There remains a bigger gap in how we connect with staff and people with lived experience to involve them in the journey. More information can be found about this evaluation on the Skills for Care webpage. We have also developed some new resources and a toolkit as a result of this evaluation to help you take forward your own journey. This short movie was designed by Trish Hafford-Letchfield and produced by Leah Brinon. Thank you to all the participants who engaged in this evaluation. Don't forget to visit the Skills for Care website by going to www.skillsforcare.org.uk and searching for LGBTQ+ framework to find out more. And if you haven't already, start your journey on providing affirmative care for all.